Okay, first we are going to see about the default export. Okay, default exports are useful to export only a single value. Okay, during the import you are able to omit the curly braces and use any name. Okay, it is one per module, I can say one per the file, can be exported using the default keyword. Okay, so these are the some of the default exports. So I will copy here. So we can export any expression as a default. So in order to export a default, we must use the export and default keyword, combination of these two. Okay, so export default function, right? What will happen? We are exporting the function to another module and name of the function. Also, we can export the default class also we can export. Okay, export name one as default. Okay, you will understand this, I will tell. Okay, now we will see what is the named export, right? So default export will allow us to export only the single value. I can say either it can be a function or object or class or any variable. We can export only single value. Like suppose if we have a requirement to export more than one, so that time we have to go for the named exports. Okay, the named exports we have to export by using the, without default we can specify it, like export let name one, name two, etc. we can do. Okay, we can also export the variables as well as constants. Okay, we can export the function name. We can export class name. Okay, if we want to export after definition of the variables or classes or functions, we can export them as well, like this. Okay, like suppose I have created a function ABC and I created one constant pi, right, like this. So if I want to export these two, right, so we can do pi comma ABC, like this we can do it. Any doubts? Are you following, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So if we want to rename the export, right, like I want to give a different name, we can give with the keyword called as.
Okay.
Okay, so if you see this one, right, you will be able to understand now. Okay, what you can say about this? It is a combination of both
Named and default exports.
correct? Yeah, exactly. It is a combination of both named and default export. So we saw how we can perform the export. Now, in order to use into any different module, we have to go for the import keyword. Okay, so used to import read-only live bindings which are exported by another one. Okay, which means what is meant by read-only live bindings? So whatever we have imported, we won't be able to update in our imported modules. Okay, so now we have two types of exports, default and named export, right? So in order to load the any exported modules, we have to use the import. Okay, import name of the exported one from module name. Okay, what is the module name here? What is module?
File. JavaScript file.
File, right? Correct.
Yeah.
Module name is nothing but file name. So in order to use default export, we can use default export like this, correct? So
Yeah.
name of the default export. We can give our own name also, or you can mention star as name. So what is the use of star as name? I will explain. Okay. Next, import export one from module n, right? So this is the, we can say, named exported. What are the named exports that we have exported? We can import them by using curly braces. Okay, we can also use the alias for exported module into our imported module. Clear, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So now, okay, some of the points we have to understand. Import require module specifiers to be in one of the following. Okay, so in order to import, right, it always starts with the slash or dot slash or dot slash, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe what is meant by slash? Okay, slash represents the root directory, correct? Dot slash represents the current directory. Dot slash represents the parent directory. Okay, so based on the module location, we have to use one of these symbol in order to load any directory on which file does it loaded, correct? So for example, if you see, okay, so we have a under modules, we have modules.js we have. Okay, modules is a folder, right? Okay, modules.js we have. Under modules, we have examples.js. Okay. Now, can you tell these two are into the same directory, right? Modules and examples.js. So, in order to load the modules.js into examples.js, we can go for the /, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So now, if we have a example 4.js outside of your modules, right? Okay, it is outside of your module. So what you have to do, you have to import this one by going to the parent directory, correct? Then you have to specify modules.js. Okay, we'll see this more in detail once we comes to the example. Okay. Next. So we have in JavaScript, we have one type in order to load the modules into our HTML file. Okay, script type is equal to module we have to use. Okay, in this we can load the any modules, whatever we want to use, we can import them in this lines. Okay, in this block we can import the any module by using import keyword. Okay, so currently the script type module won't work for the local file system. So it will work only in case of the absolute URL. I mean to say it will work in case of only the websites. Okay, it should be absolute URL. Okay, like this only it will work. So for this, what we have done, I am using the Plunker in order to showcase the example. Plunker is a, what we can say, coding tool. Like we have, what are the tools we have? Code Sandbox we have, right? What you are using? Code Sandbox. You are using one tool, right, in order to develop your application.
Oh, yeah, it's
File Hippo or okay.
and now I'm
It's
using
okay.
Atom.
Atom. Okay, Atom is the one which is the IDE, right?
Yeah, ID.
Yeah, I'm talking about the online tools that we are using for our web development, right? Code Sandbox, Plunker. Which one you are using?
I'm just changing the coding mode, but I'm not using any particular thing.
No. So okay, we can write the or create the projects quickly, right? Inside of Code Sandbox.
Okay.
You know, right, this one?
No, I don't know Code Sandbox.
Okay. You know another tool, right? What is that? Another website you use it to create your projects. Recently you created.
I think it's I forgot that name because I stopped using that one.
Okay, okay. So JS something you pinged yesterday. Okay. So we can create any application simply right here. So inside of Plunker also we can create it. Correct? So if you see my Plunks. Okay, if you want to create a new, you can create. Click on new. Okay, what it will ask, which one you want to create, Angular or React or Angular JS or React or JavaScript default. Okay, I have chosen the JavaScript default. Okay, like this we can create it. So in index.html, we can correct if you run it, it will show you the hello world. So I have already created Plunks that I will show you now.
Okay.
Here we have to click on the edit so that it will show us. Okay, I will share you this link. Okay, you can use for your reference. So, okay. So, yeah. If you see, right, so first, what is the first step? We have to export the modules, right? Okay. So, I have created one pirate.
Yeah.
Okay, always pi is a constant, right?
Yes.
Okay, what I have done? I have mentioned pi is equal to 3.14. What we have done, export default pi,
Bye.
correct? Name of the variable we exported. It is the which export? Default export, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the module here? Module is constants.js, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. So in order to use the constants.js or the pi which is there in constants.js into any other module, what we have to do? We have to import it, right? So now if you see, I will go to the geometry circle.js. What is the value of, what is the area of circle? It is
Pi r square.
pi r square, right? If you pass the radius, what I will do? Pi into r into r. So now we have already pi is available into our constants, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now constants is parallel to geometry, right?
Yeah.
The constants.js is available in the directory called constants, correct? Now we have to load the constants pi from the module called constants.js. So now if you see, if we want to go back to the parent, right?
Yeah.
So first we have to go to the parent directory of circle.js. Where it will go? If we specify the // correct, it goes to the one level. Are you following? So now where it will go? It goes to the circle folder, right?
Yeah.
If we specify only one dots. Next, but where we have to go? We have to go to the parallel to the constants folder, correct?
Yes.
Now I am into the circle. If I want to go again one more top parent directory, now I am into the geometry, right? Understood?
Yes.
Yeah. Now we are into the geometry directory. Now we can access the constants, right? / name of the file. Constants.js we can give.
Okay.
Understood, right? The parent directory. The parent directory is something we want to go to the top hierarchy of our folder structure. We have to use the //
Okay.
Now we have created one function called calculate area, correct?
Yeah.
So what I have done, I exported this calculate area by using default.
Okay.
Okay, it is also default export, right? So if we come to the ops demo.js, right?
Yeah.
So forget about others. First we'll see this one, correct?
Okay.
Are you following?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So now what I will do, import area from, this is the ops demo.js. Here I am trying to calculate the area of circle,
Yeah.
which is having a radius, I can mention 25. Okay. So now
Okay.
okay, now in order to use the area where we have this area of the circle, it is inside of geometry circle, right?
Yeah.
Now where we are, so we are into outside of this geometry folder, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, but this geometry is in the current directory of the current file, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. So now we can go for the which one? Dot slash, right?
Dot slash current directory. Yeah.
Current directory, where we have the circle.js inside of geometry folder, circle.js.
Okay.
Understood, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we have imported which one? Default exported function, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, we can give any name while importing the default exported one. You can see here, I have given my own name, area, right? But still it will work. You can see here. Okay, you can see, right? The value we are getting. Okay, while importing the default export, you can give any name. Automatically it will map to that name by default itself. Clear at this point?
Yeah.
Okay. Next we have others, right? We will see. Division. Okay, so is it the which export?
Named export.
Named export, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are exporting the division by 2 as a named export. So in order to import, what you have to do? Import, right? For named exports, you must specify the curly braces. Name of the exported function or something. Division by 2 from module. Understood?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now next, multiplication, right? It is also default export. Okay, subtraction. This is also which export?
Named export.
Named export. So in operations.js, you can see what I have done. I have imported the multiply, right?
Yeah.
I have imported the subtraction. Okay. So what I have done here, we can use this multiply and subtraction inside of these operations. Correct? But also we can export the imported modules from another module. Did you observe here one point?
Can you repeat?
We have imported the, sure. We have imported multiply and subtraction from the corresponding modules. Now here we can use these modules in order to perform any logic or something. Also, we can use these modules to export from this module. We can use these functionalities to export from the module. You can see I have imported multiply and subtraction, and also I exported the same modules again.
Okay, yeah. Noted.
By using combination of both default and named export.
Yeah.
Clear it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now in our index.html, how we load it, you can see here. We have to use the script type is equal to module. Okay, so here I have ops demo.js, right? So inside of this, I have used imports, right? So we should not be able to load this file like normal JS file. It won't work. We have to specify the type as a module inside of our HTML file.
Okay.
Next, we can mention script type is equal to module. We can import the functionalities like this also. Directly in HTML file, I imported. Clear it. If we execute this, we can see all the results in the console. Okay, I didn't write like yes. I didn't write something like logic or something. So just okay, it will show in the console all the things, right? Do you have any doubts?
Yeah, can you go to the HTML file?
I'm in HTML only.
Alright, we want to see the whole code once.
Yeah, so here you can see, right? Normal JavaScript file, how you use it to load? By using type, specify it as a text by JavaScript, right?
Yes.
Okay, but we are loading the another modules into our ops demo.js, correct? So that's why we have to specify the type as a module and specify the src of which file we want to download, import, right? Next, here I specified script type is equal to module. Here I imported the operations module into our script tag itself. Understood here?
Yes.
Yeah. So other things like export and import we have done. So I will share this plan code. Can you see? Are you able to access it or not?
Yes.
Yeah. You can also try to practice this, any example similar to like this.
Okay.
Try to run in browser. You can see whether it will work or not. Okay. So download this project and try to run. It won't work in the
Okay.
Chrome browser in our local file system.
Okay.
Okay, so tomorrow we are going to start with the